So you have just tuned in to Tanaka TV, the best MMA, martial arts, fight channel on YouTube. Don't forget to hit that subscribe, that like, that comment button. Today we're going to be talking about Chito Vera versus Sean O'Malley. This was just announced by Dana White maybe about a day or two ago. And my first initial thoughts were, this is a very interesting matchup. If both gentlemen come into this healthy, I think that Sean O'Malley might win this fight. I think it's a very good matchup as far as skill-wise goes. I think Chito Vera is a bit of a more complete fighter. However, I do think that Sean O'Malley has a slight edge when it comes to the striking department. And so I think that Sean O'Malley is probably going to win. I don't think that he's going to win by knockout or TKO unless Sean O'Malley is just in his bag in this fight. Unless that he is at his absolute best and he's able to catch Chito Vera zigging when he should have zagged and he catches him. Outside of that, I think that Sean O'Malley is going to win with points. I think Chito Vera is a bit of a more complete fighter. However, I think the majority of this fight is going to be standing. And if the majority of this fight is going to be standing, then I think Sean O'Malley is going to win with points. I think Sean has this style of, he doesn't have crazy power. However, he has really good accuracy. And he keeps a fairly good pace. You don't really see any crazy dips in Sean O'Malley's, fighting ability. I think that he's really good at, and I think that people don't talk about this enough, at keeping the same pace throughout fights. And I know that we haven't seen him in a whole bunch of 5-round fights, but from what I've seen with his fights, he's kept a really decent pace throughout his competitions, and I think that will be enough on top of his ability to strike and score points to win this fight. Now, I'm not counting out Chito Vera. I think Chito Vera's way of winning this fight is through being a complete mixed martial artist. I think being able to grapple, being able to clinch, also being able to strike, because I do not think he will be absolutely washed when it comes to the striking department. I think that he's going to be able to get a good amount of good shots in when it comes to going against Sean O'Malley. However, Sean O'Malley does beat him in that department. And so if I was Chito Vera's coach, I would say, hey, I need you to be a complete fighter for this fight. I don't need you to go into this fight being in a kickboxing mindset. I need you to utilize everything. And when it comes to the jiu-jitsu aspect, I do think that Chito Vera has the advantage. And so I would really push Chito to utilize his ability to grapple. And I know that he doesn't really rely on his grappling hardcore, but this is one of those fights where I feel like that he should. Because Sean O'Malley, he has the momentum. He just beat Aljo. He's got some momentum on his back, and he's feeling confident, especially in the striking department. We didn't really get a huge chance to see Aljo grapple against Sean O'Malley and see where Sean O'Malley is when it comes to his grappling. He wasn't really tested in that department. And so if I was Vera, I would test him in that department. I would see where he's at and try to damage him that way. I think that is Sean O'Malley's weakness right now. And so that is Chito Vera's way of winning this fight. I think trying to make this a really steady mixed martial arts bout is where Chito wins. And I think this is more of like a 6-4, 6 on Sean O'Malley's and a 4 on Chito Vera. So I don't think this is going to be a blowout in any sense. I really don't. And I think, as far as speaking on a marketing sense, I think that the UFC probably wants Sean O'Malley to be champion for a while. You've been seeing them kind of low-key push Sean O'Malley to be champion, and you can see this with certain fighters. You can see this when it came to Conor. You can see this when it came to Ronda Rousey, when it came to Brock Lesnar, when it came to even Paige Van Zandt, that they push certain fighters that they think that's going to be able to market well. And I think that Sean O'Malley, when it comes to the marketing aspect of fighting, he is pretty good at it. I mean, he's one of the best in the UFC, I think, because he appeals to the younger crowd. However, I think UFC has this balancing act, right, where it comes to, we're trying to showcase who the best fighter is. However, we also are trying to make money. It's a business at the end of the day, people. It is a business at the end of the day. And so they ideally probably want the best marketers to be at the forefront. And maybe not, okay, want is a strong, I mean, they do want the best marketers because that's what makes them money. However, they have carried this name of trying to showcase the best fighters. And so Sean O'Malley is one of those guys who is a really good fighter. However, he's also a really good marketer. And, you know, when it comes to a person like Aljo, you know, it's pretty clear, it's pretty obvious that, you know, when you look at the comments, that not everybody is a fan of Aljo and not everybody is a fan of Sean O'Malley, but he appeals to the younger crowd. He appeals to the fight fans. He's going to make the UFC money. He's made the UFC a massive amount of money. And so with his marketing capability, I think it's probably within the UFC's best interest, comparatively speaking, to Chito, for Sean O'Malley to win this fight. But this isn't about that. The fight game isn't about that. This isn't the WWE. It's about who's better. And although I think Sean O'Malley is going to win, I don't think it's going to be a wash. And I'm not fully sold on Sean O'Malley winning. I think Chito Vera has a very good chance of winning. Like I said, I think he's the more complete fighter. And so comment down below, guys, what you think and how you think this fight's going to go. It's a hard choice for me, but I do think that Sean O'Malley is going to be able to score a lot of points if Chito Vera isn't able to grapple the way that I think that he should. Mix in his takedowns and clinching and striking. He can't come into this fight being in a kickboxing mindset. He has to fight his fight and not dive into that Sean O'Malley pace. Really push the pace on Sean O'Malley. Really get him going, because I feel like Chito Vera's pace is also a bit better than Sean O'Malley's. If we're talking on a historical stance, I do think that Chito Vera's gas tank, his cardio, is a bit better than Sean. Sean does tend to kind of weigh a little bit when it comes to the pace. I think Sean starts off really strong and then weighs a little bit. He dips slightly. It's not a hard dip, people, and I think that's what's able to keep him into fights. And then he dips back up. And so Chito Vera needs to highlight, and he needs to be able to implement his game plan on when Sean O'Malley dips. And I think that's going to be somewhere around late third, early fourth round. And that's where I would look to go for the kill. And so comment down below what you guys think about this fight. Like, comment, just watch the best fight channel on YouTube, future biggest fight channel on YouTube. And I'll catch you guys on the next video. Peace.